In today's video, we're going to be talking about possessive adjectives, or the word for my. Let's begin. Cominciamo. Buongiorno a tutti e benvenuti a Coffee Break Italian. Io sono Mark.
Salve a tutti, io sono Francesca.
And today we're answering the question from Austin. So Austin wrote to us and asked us this question. How do I say my friends? Do I need to use an article? A very interesting question indeed, Francesca.
It is, and I think I understand why our coffee break learner is asking this very question. Well, we can start by saying that the simple answer is yes, you do need the definite article, but let's see why into more detail.
Okay.
As you probably know, possessive adjectives in Italian require a definite article in front of them, and we can take the Italian for my for some examples.
Okay.
So let's start from the masculine singular, because possessive adjectives, as all adjectives, have a gender, masculine and feminine, and a number, singular or plural. So
Okay.
let's take the word gatto,
Okay.
cat, which is masculine and singular, and let's say my cat. My cat is il mio gatto.
Il mio gatto. Okay. Il mio gatto. So it's almost like saying the my cat, in a sense.
Exactly, Mark.
Okay.
You have the definite article il and then the possessive adjective mio. Oh, che bel gatto hai disegnato, Mark. Complimenti.
So il mio gatto. Let's have a feminine one.
Okay, let's take the word tazza, cup.
Okay.
So if you want to say my cup, then you need feminine singular endings. So il mio becomes la mia. La mia
mia.
tazza.
Okay, so la mia tazza. I'll draw our coffee break cup. I'm not sure if that's very good, but you get the idea.
Perfetto, Mark. Thinking of the plural now, we can pluralize the word il mio gatto with some masculine plural endings and changing the definite article il into i. So il mio gatto becomes I miei gatti. I miei gatti, my cats.
Miei is quite a tricky word to say. Let's hear it again.
Miei.
It
It's like
sounds
the sound produced by cats in a
Indeed.
way.
That's a good way to remember it. I miei gatti. So my cats. Again, it almost feels like you're saying the my cats because we need that definite article each time.
And finally, feminine plural, if we want to pluralize la mia tazza and say my cups, we end up with le mie tazze, where you can see the feminine plural definite article le and the standard ending for feminine plural e. So le mie tazze, my cups.
Perfetto. However, there is an exception to this rule, isn't there, Francesca?
There is, and I think this is why our learner was asking his question. We have to consider something really important when using definite articles with nouns describing family members, relatives, in their singular form. In that case, we must drop the definite article. I'll give you an example just to clarify things. Let's take, for example, the word for brother in Italian, fratello.
Fratello, okay.
So
how would we
if I
say?
want to say my brother, I just need to use mio, and the article il must be dropped. So mio fratello, my brother.
So my brother, just mio fratello, not il mio fratello, just
No.
my brother, mio fratello. And it would work the same way for the feminine, wouldn't it?
Sì, ad esempio, mia sorella, my sister.
Okay. So which family members do we use this idea with?
Well, let's say all the relatives, the blood relatives like madre, padre, zio, zia, cugino, cugina, also not really blood relatives. For example, mio marito, my husband, or mia moglie, my wife. So all the people that we consider relatives one way or another.
Good stuff. However, that's only in the singular, isn't it?
Sì, esatto, Mark. When pluralizing family members, then we can just follow the general rule of having the definite article and the possessive adjective. So if I talk about my brothers, then I would say I miei fratelli, as in I miei gatti.
Yep. And then my sisters would be
Le mie sorelle.
le mie sorelle. Perfetto. Okay, so coming back to the question from Austin, how do you see my friends? My friends aren't blood relatives in any way, so we would be saying,
I miei amici.
so we've got I miei amici, like so. And that is the answer to Austin's question. So we hope,
Esatto.
Austin, that makes sense, that you now know how to say, how do I say my friends? So we know we now know that. If you have a question like Austin, then simply get in touch with us. Send your questions to coffeebreakquestions.com. Just go to that website and you will be able to fill in the form there, and we look forward to receiving your questions and hopefully including them in a future episode of this show. Now, we hope that you've enjoyed this video. Of course, if you've enjoyed it, then give it a like and make sure you subscribe for more videos like this, and also click that little bell icon that appears, and that way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video.
Yes, and why don't you try using possessive adjectives in a simple sentence in Italian and post it in the comments here below.
Perfetto. Allora, grazie mille Francesca.
Grazie a te, Mark.
E arrivederci. Ciao.
Ciao ciao.
Alla prossima.